Hello subscribers, morning subscribers, hello viewers, hi viewers, and it's a beautiful day by the way. Hope y'all five senses work, health and strength is good, or excellent. Yep. Alright, we got some notes to put out here. Okay, listen to this. Vulkan to Direct 12 translation tool using Valve Proton now supports AMD FSR4 anti-lag while NVIDIA DLSS4 remain unsupported. FSR4 now also works on FSR4 now works on older GPUs. FSR4. Yeah. Says here VKD3D Proton. Whoops. If I can get this here, I'll get out of here. VKD3D Proton version 3.0 brings other performance improvements. Yeah. FSR folks, listen. Let's keep going here. It says gaming on Linux just keeps getting better. It says here the Vulkan to Direct 12 translation tool used in Valve's Proton has reached version 3.0, marking one of the tool's largest update yet. The VKD3D Proton project GitHub page highlights a plethora of upgrades for version 3.0, including FSR4 support, anti-lag support, and a rewrite to DXBC shader backend. Linux users can expect future iterations of Proton to come with VKD3D Proton version 3.0 shortly. Says here FSR4 integration is one of the big highlights of this update. Specifically, the devs have implemented AGS WMMA intrinsic via VK_KHR_ cooperative _ and VK_KHR_ shaders _float 8, enabling FSR4, RDNA4 GPUs and newer. Says, but there is also a fallback mode that use init 8 and float 16 to make it works on older GPU, similar to previous FSR4 mods we've already seen. Says here the only caveat with this alternative versions are that it's reportedly runs substantially slower than the native implementation designed for RDNA4 and newer GPUs. It also won't be coming to official versions of Proton. The only way to run it is to build the emulation path from the source code with the official flags. Then it says regardless, Linux gamers now gets FSR4 support when running DirectX 12 based Windows games through Proton. FSR beats DLSS in this area, as DLSS4 is not natively supported by Proton yet. And then it says version 3 also adds a rewrite of the DXBC shaders backend for translation tool. This reportedly fixes a ton of issues the legacy VKD3D shaders path suffers from, and allows some previously broken games to run in Proton. Says the DXBC shaders backend rewrites also means that DXVK and VKD3D Proton translation tools are shared the same DXBC front end, making it easier to work with each tool. Underlining code. As refresher, DXVK translate DX8 to DX11 code to Vulkan, while VKD3D Proton only translate DX12 to Vulkan. Now keep going here. It says here another cool addition implemented in this latest update is the experimental support for work graphs. This technology is very new and can significantly enhance the efficiency of game 3D rendering pipeline depending on how work graphs are implemented. For example, an engineer were able to drop the required video RAM capacity, VRAM, of 3D renderer trees from 38 gigabyte just to 52 kilobyte, yes, kilobytes, with the help of work graphs. Says here, Proton can now emulate work graphs in DirectX 12 games, but it is experimental. Hilariously, The patch note states emulation word graphs can massively outperform native drivers' performance. In many scenarios the devs have tested, there are dozens of additional fixes and workaround for games in patch notes. Proton continues to get updates after updates, making Linux gaming faster, smoother, and more reliable. When running Windows-based games in Linux, Proton is developed and maintained by Valve and is the compatibility layer used by SteamOS, the Steam Deck, and Steam Machine. Yeah, and that is that. So we got 3 comments here, and it says here, G Player said this: I really hope AMD puts out high-end cards next go around. I want to go with AMD next to get away from Windows. AMD is better supported on Linux. Then it says here, and then Daylake said this: it makes sense for Valve not to support DLSS for now, since Valve uses AMD hardware and not NVIDIA. And then Hef said this: Bazite is calling. So yeah, Linux gaming just keep getting better and better, folks. As time is as seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, weekends, months, and years go by, man. Linux gaming is getting better. So the Linux community is having success in gaming. Anyway, what else I got for you here? So if I got any more news here for you guys. If I got any more news here, that was just Tom's Hardware. Going through the list here. See what we got. All right, what's this? Okay, here's another piece of Steam news. Yeah, I got you guys covered, man. You know the drill. Let's see here. What's this? Okay, here's another one. This from WCCF Tech. It says here, Steam Machine will rely heavily on FSR to deliver 4K at 60 FPS. New early analysis suggests. Says here, the promised 4K at 60 FPS experience that the Steam Machine is set to deliver will rely heavily on AMD FSR and low settings, according to newly early analysis. YouTuber The Fox built a makeshift Steam Machine using available component to emulate the system specs as much as possible using the following components. Oh, okay, so he's following ETA Prime's example, because ETA Prime did the same thing. Anyway, says here, the system was then used to verify whether the claims that the Steam Machine is 6 times faster than the Steam Deck and can deliver 4K at 60 FPS with AMD FSR are accurate. Says the Steam Machine will indeed be 6 times faster than the Steam Deck. With their testing, the Fox confirmed that the first claim is indeed real. The Steam Machine will be 6 times faster than the Steam Deck. In some CPU-bound tests, the makeshift system was actually 6.5 times faster than the handheld system, but this was due to the GPU being slightly more powerful than the one in the Steam Machine, which was a higher CU count that enabled it to handle ray tracing better as well. Says here, the Steam Machine may struggle to deliver 4K at 60 FPS even with AMD FSR. Subtopic. Says here, however, the second claim, delivering consistent 4K at 60 FPS with AMD FSR, appears questionable based on these earlier tests. The only test game that offers a 4K resolution at 60 FPS experience was God of War Ragnarok, utilizing Intel XeSS in ultra performance mode and low settings. Other games such as Warhammer 40,000 or 40K, Space Marines 2, Marvel Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Starfield, Indiana Jones, and The Great Circle delivered mixed results. None of them ran at 4K output resolution, and 60 FPS. Even with upscaler in ultra performance mode and low settings, some would essentially require a 30 FPS lock to deliver an acceptable experience such as Starfield. And then it says, although the Steam Machine may not deliver 4K at 60 FPS experience that top-end hardware does, the upcoming system is still set to provide much better experience than most players can have today on their system. According to Valve, the 8 gigs of video RAM could definitely be a problem. Killing port, folks, we need it. Says here, but if the pricing will indeed be as competitive as Valve claims, the Steam Machine could have a significant impact on the market as a whole, much like the Steam Deck did when it heralded the era of handheld gaming systems upon its launch. Yeah, herald meaning that they took that statement that Gabe Newell said we couldn't find a game the Steam Deck couldn't run. The competitors was like, okay, you know, we have something to say about that too, you know, and they did. Anyway, so yeah. But other than that, yeah, the Steam Machine will take advantage of FSR, you know, but the Steam Deck just now is getting FSR4 support, and plus FSR4 now works on older GPUs. Yeah, this one. Yeah, yeah, this one. Yeah. anyway, yeah, FSR4, man. There you have it. Now, what else we got here on the gaming news here? Let me keep moving here. See what else we got on the gaming front. Okay, here's another one. See this is about Gabe Newell though. Let's see here. What do we got? Whoops. Nope, that's not it. No, that's not. Come back here. No. Got one here about Gabe Newell. It's talking about Steam here. Nope, too big. Okay. Maybe the comments have it. It's an article about here we go. Got it. It's an article about Steam, but the Steam Machine, Steam Deck, it's working its magic, man. Here's another one. Steam has already generated sales for $16.2 billion this year, and Gabe Newell celebrate with a new super yacht. They should call it the Steam. They should Gabe Newell should call it the Steam Yacht. Anyway, says here it's no mystery that Valve Steam platform continues to grow at a steady rate. Over the past few years, we've reported several new concurrent peak player counts. The last of which was recorded a month ago with around 41.6 million users online at the same time. Says unsurprisingly, this also translates into higher sales on the store. According to Ry Elliott and Alinea Analytics, Steam has already generated sales for around 16.2 billion in 2025, a 5.7% increase over 2024 estimated 15.33 billion. Do note that 2024 dates point is off. Of course, there were still 44 days left in 2025, and it's arguably the period when people spend more due to Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, of course Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Anyway, it says here holiday gifts and so on. It says it would not be a surprise to see Steam break the 17 billion threshold by year's end. It says Valve takes a substantial cut out of each sale conducted on the store. 30% until the product reaches 10 million in revenue, 25% between 10 million and 50 million, and 20% over 50 million. It's one of the ways the Epic Game Store and later the Microsoft Store have attempt to compete with Valve Store, which many developers consider a monopoly, by offering a high revenue per sale than studio can get on Steam. On those stores, developers may pay a 12% fee and get 88% of the sales. Says Epic also famously paid hefty sums to secure a big temporary game exclusive such as Borderlands 3 and its stores. At one point, Epic founder Tim Sweeney even challenged Valve to match Epic Game Store revenue split, stating that he would have ended the exclusivity program if they had agreed so. Valve never flinched. Yeah, we don't flinch around here. Linux gamers don't flinch. Anyway, it says here, Valve never flinched, though thanks to the unwavering loyalty of hundreds of millions of our gamers, while Epic did manage to carve for itself a sizable platform on the EGS between exclusive free games and the evergreen Fortnite. Steam did not suffer in the least, and as shown by these figures, keep growing. Alinea Analytics estimate that Valve has already earned $4 billion in 2025 from the sales on its store. With these numbers, it's perhaps no wonder that its president, co-founder, and majority stakeholder, Gabe Newell, has a lot of money to spare. Earlier this month, website Boat International revealed that Newell has just received his latest super yacht, a 111-meter entirely custom wonder called Leviathan. Nah, they should call it the steamboat, or the Gabe yacht, the Gabe Cube yacht, something. Anyway, says produced by Ocean Co., which was also acquired by Valve owner earlier this year. It can accommodate up to 22 guests plus 33 crew members. It features 2 gyms, a spa, a bar, a basketball half court, a beach club, a small hospital, and of course an entertainment room equipped with 15 top-of-the-line gaming PC. Says here, with the Steam poised to expand its ecosystem even further with the launch of these Steam machines, Steam Frame, and Steam controller products earlier next year, Valve's billionaire owner, who recently said he lives full-time at sea but still works remotely on various company projects, will probably be able to afford more of these super yacht in the near future. Anyway, man, yeah, you remember Batman with Michael Keaton? Remember Knox? Remember Knox, the reporter, when they were in the lobby looking at the I think like the museum room, looking at the like the statues and stuff. And he said, what he said, the rich, you know why they're so weird? Because they can afford to be Gabe Newell. Anyway, let me keep moving here. Sitting here messing around with y'all. See if I turn on this light here. Turn on this light here. Getting kind of dark here. All right. Keep moving here. What else we got on the gaming news here? Gotta keep moving on this, man. No. Gotta put content out, man. You know how it goes. Oh, speaking of AMD, let's see. What's this? It's on video card here. What's this? Whoops. It's on video cards here. Let's see if I can pull this up. Okay, I already did that already. Did that. Keep moving. Got to keep you Linux gamers in the loop, you know. Let's see what we did. Video cards. Okay. We did we did that. Get that out of there. Okay. Extreme text. What do you have? Let's see what you got on this on the Linux stuff here. Okay. Okay, here's another one. It's about the Steam Machine. Steam Machine pricing to compete with fellow PCs, not console. Says here, gamers hoping that Valve upcoming Steam Machine will compete with concurrent generation console are probably going to be disappointed. Valve has made it clear that its miniature PC is going to be priced to compete with PCs, but that what it is a PC, Valve can subsidize hardware sales with future game sales if people don't buy games. Get this out of the way here. Don't buy games, which they may well not do. That means upfront hardware sales must drive profits, which in turn requires higher price. Valve said that while they expect it to be very competitively priced with a PC, that it will be a price like a PC rather than like a console, with games subsidizing the upfront hardware price, said Linus Sebastian of Linus Tech Tips in a recent video showcasing the system. It says, with the rising hardware price for PC components such as GPUs, memory, and storage, the Steam Machine could be notably more expensive than current generation consoles. It says here, for now, Valve is probably being cagey about the Steam Machine price so that it can assess the hardware situation in 2026 when the product launch. It wouldn't be worth announcing a $700 price tag now, only for it to need to rise to $800 or more in the new year. But that probably what we are looking at for a baseline. Valve won't be able to sell this thing for under $500. It might even struggle to sell it for less than $1,000. Says here that might not be as devastating for Valve business plan as it sounds, though. While higher price would make the Steam Machine very unattractive for existing console owners or those considering getting an Xbox or PlayStation in the near future, it might set it up well to compete with that coming next Microsoft next gen Xbox is rumored to be more of a PC hybrid, kind of like the Xbox Ally, which is already $1,000 plus system. So could we see a $1,000 Xbox going up against a $1,000 Steam Machine in 2026? It wouldn't be a surprise. It wouldn't surprise me how gamers react to that, though it's another thing entirely. Hey, Robert De Niro said it best. The price has got to go up. If it's amateur night, yeah, the price has got to go up, man. So yeah. Get your $1,000 ready, man. So see, the Neo Geo players now can laugh at today's gamers. Like, yeah, back in the early '90s, they were paying almost $600 for a Neo Geo console, and $300 for the game, or $400, depending on the game. Yeah. So yeah, the price has got to go up, man. It's got to go up. Yeah. Anyway, let me keep moving here on this on this video game news here. Got to keep you guys in the loop here, Linux and Steam Deck wise. Oh yeah, you know me. I got to put the content out. No, I take this thing serious. You know. Shout out to the subscribers and the viewers. Let me see, what do we got here on OC3D here? What do we got? Talk to me. What do we got? Let's see here. What's this? NVIDIA, Microsoft, and Anthropic unveiled strategic partnership. What is this? What if I can knock all this out? I'm on OC3D here. It says here, Anthropic commits $30 billion to Azure Compute and partner with NVIDIA to deliver increased performance. The AI spendathon continues. Microsoft, Anthropic, and NVIDIA have all unveiled new strategic partnership, with each company throwing money at each other with purchase commitments, investments, and technology partnership. Anthropic is the company behind the Claude AI model, and it's one of the world's leading AI companies. Anthropic has announced that it is establishing a deep technology partnership with NVIDIA to continue its AI model for the best possible performance, efficiency, and TCO. Furthermore, this move will optimize NVIDIA's future architecture for Anthropic workload. NVIDIA is investing $10 billion into Anthropic, with Anthropic committing to the gigawatt of compute capacity with NVIDIA, Grace Blackwell, and Versa Rubin system. Microsoft is investing $5 billion into Anthropic, with Anthropic continuing to purchase $30 billion of Azure computing capacity and to contract additional compute capacity up to gigawatt. Microsoft will also be partnering with Anthropic to provide broader access to Cloud of Business. This says Anthropic, NVIDIA, and Microsoft are throwing money around. However, it is concerning that Microsoft and NVIDIA are investing a vast sum of money into a customer. In a sense, NVIDIA and Microsoft are investing in Anthropic to cover the company costs for NVIDIA hardware and Microsoft service. Anthropic has committed to spending $30 billion on Azure computing capacity. Microsoft and NVIDIA are investing a combined $15 billion in Anthropic. That's half the value of Anthropic's spending commitment. In a sense, Microsoft and NVIDIA are financing their future revenues, while Anthropic technology partnership may make their model more efficient, performant. The crux of this deal is its spending commitment for NVIDIA hardware. Optimization should happen anyway. If Anthropic and NVIDIA weren't optimizing their hardware/software combination, they would be doing a bad job. These deals are designed to enable future revenue. If successful, NVIDIA and Microsoft will have secured a revenue from Anthropic for foreseeable future. These guys, there's money out there, man. These guys throwing money around like it's nothing. Anyway, let me keep moving here. We got content to put out. Here. Let's see here. What's this? Yeah, it says here. Here's another one. AMD to host FSR Redstone premiere event next month. AMD is getting ready, unveiling the future of our Redstone. AMD John Hugh has announced that the company will host an FSR Redstone premiere event on December 10th. At this event, AMD will showcase the newest Radeon technology, giving gamers a glimpse of the future of PC and console gaming. Why PC and console gaming and PlayStation have joined forces with Project Myth, and that means that AMD's future PC gaming technology is directly linked to Sony plans with PlayStation. Last week, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 became available with AMD Ray Regeneration technology. CR testing here. This is one of the many technologies that AMD will highlight at its Redstone premiere event. So far, AMD has unveiled 4 FSR Redstone technologies. These are Neural Radiance Cache, Ray Regeneration, ML Super Resolution, and ML Frame Generation. We expect AMD to showcase these technologies next month. It's also likely that AMD will showcase new unannounced Redstone technology. And then it says AMD teaser has made it clear that it's targeting the Radeon RX 9000 series GPU with new FSR Redstone technologies. We can expect to hear more about AMD FSR Redstone technology next month. Yeah. Anyway, keep moving here. What's this? What's this here? Gotta keep moving on this. You know how it goes. Yeah. Got you guys covered though. What's this? What's this? Never heard of this kind of technology before. It says Cloudflare outage causes major outage across the internet. Cloudflare is a vital service for modern internet. When it works, it's practically invisible when it doesn't work. Chaos caused. Today it's chaos. Cloudflare has experienced an outage that has seemingly taken down half the internet. Popular tools like ChatGPT and websites like X and Twitter were made inaccessible due to Cloudflare outage. Cloudflare issues started at around 11:20 a.m., making the large portion of this internet accessible for several hours. Websites and service that uses Cloudflare became inaccessible due to unreliable connection, causing chaos for Cloudflare customers and internet users. Thankfully, a fix has now been deployed as of 2:57 p.m. As of now, Cloudflare engineer considered the incident resolved. Says monitoring a fix has been implemented and we believe the incident is now resolved. We are continuing to monitor for errors to ensure all service are back to normal. Then it says update. Some customers may be still experiencing issues logging into or using the Cloudflare dashboard. We are working on a fix to resolve this and continuing to monitor for any further use. Says the incident once again highlights the problem associated with the modern internet reliance on a few large companies. Last month, outage with Amazon Web Service and Microsoft Azure took down large portions of the internet. Today, it was Cloudflare to make any internet service unusable. Fortunately, today's outage was brief. Regardless, it has become clear that the world reliance on a small number of internet service companies is becoming a significant problem. When the next outage be, next week, next month, only time will tell. Well, we live in an imperfect world. Nothing's perfect. Things happen. That's all you can say on that. Let's see here. Anything on AMD? We got two AMD articles. We're gonna knock this out and call this a day. Let's see here. What's this one? It's about a graphics card. Yeah. All right. Here's this one. ASUS ROC post about Fidelity FX Super Resolution. See how big this article is here. It's pretty small. It says here ASUS ROC has released a new post on Twitter X discussing the Fidelity Super Resolution 4.1 as of now. AMD has not only unveiled a new version of FSR, suggesting that either ASUS ROC has made a mistake or has prematurely revealed FSR 1. AMD has recently launched FSR Redstone with the release of Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which launched with FSR Ray Regeneration. We can see our testing for this feature here. AMD has also been rumored to be working on a RDNA 3 compatible version of its FSR 4 upscaler Steam machine. Says here, with this in mind, a new version of AMD's AI upscaling resolution is far from unexpected. And then it says it isn't uncommon for AMD to release new versions of FSR 2. FSR 2 had versions 2.1 and 2.2 and 2.3. Furthermore, FSR 3 also had 3.1 and multiple 3.1x version. AMD is likely to have an improved version of its FSR 4 technology in the works when it is released. It will likely be called FSR 4.1. That said, if AMD can deliver significant enough improvement in image quality or performance, calling their next version FSR 4 is a possibility. So does FSR 4.1 exist? Maybe. If AMD reveals FSR 4.1 soon, it is likely that AS ROC posted about it early. If not, then their mention of Fidelity FX Super Resolution 4.1 is a typo or simply a mistakes. Yeah. Well, I'll keep you in the loop on that. All right, one more and then we're done here. Then I gotta take a break and then come back with some more news again. Not echo. Anyway, what do we got here? Here's another one. AMD to report the. AMD to reportedly raise RX 9000 series GPU price hike incoming. AMD reportedly notifies partners about incoming GPU price increase. Says here, according to a report on the Chinese board channel forums, AMD has informed its partners about its plans to raise the price of its Radeon RX 9000 series graphics card. These prices increase are reportedly due to raised memory costs which are having a significant impact on the entire PC industry. Recent weeks have seen the price of DRAM and NAND memory increase significantly. This is impacting the cost of all memory types as manufacturers shift production to their most profitable memory types. This has led to shortage of all types of memory, including GDDR6 memory. These raised costs will have an impact on GPUs. And then it says here, alleged on AMD GPU price increase board channel. It says, if this report is true, PC builders can expect GPU price raised over the next few weeks and months. These higher memory price will not impact already manufactured graphics card. However, it will not take long for these GPUs to sell. Once newly manufactured GPU hits the market, their pricing will reflect the high manufacturing costs associated with them. Says here, once again, these prices increase can be attributed to AI and the insatiable demands of AI data centers. The demands of the tech elites have caused a memory shortage that will cause the price of PC consumer hardware to rise. Says these shortage isn't expected to end anytime soon, so consumers should brace themselves for inevitable price increase. Yeah, folks, and there you have it, your news. Yeah, that should hold you for now until I make another batch of news. So yeah, got you guys covered though on the Steam on the Steam Deck, Steam Machine, Valve, Steam, you know, the stuff that makes up the Linux community. I dropped the Microsoft news. I might make another set because I think there's a Proton update that's out that I need to get to, but I will get to it. But got you guys covered though, man. But you know, I like reading from the tablet. You know, because I like reading from the tablet. Because when you read like this, it makes your pronunciation better. Yeah, pronunciation. Anyway, but that should hold you for now though. But you Steam Deck words, which your FSR, which your FSR. I'm sitting here playing on Raiden Aces with FSR. Yeah, I got you guys covered. You ain't FSR 4, Vulcan, Proton. You guys are spoiled. You and your games, you and your news, you and your deals, and your updates. I'm sitting here Raiden Aces. Bring it. Yeah, and I want the smoke computer. Bring it. See what you got. They trying to blow me off the planet. Anyway, yeah. You're Raiden Aces, man. This Steam Deck. Yeah. Anyway, news. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now. Peace. Boss time.